Hey, how you doing, guys? My name is Pwnstar for Hire, and I'm about to give you my personal review on the game Brink. It was just recently released here May 10th, 2011, and I'm really in love with this game. It's very different from what I'm used to playing, but it's quite impressive in my mind, and it's really hard to describe, so I'm going to do my best to give you guys the personal review of this right here, right now, because many of my friends are kind of skeptical and a little bit hesitant on towards buying it. And I'm going to give you my personal thoughts on this game. Hopefully it'll help you guys understand it a little more. I'm going to let you know everything there is to know about this game as best as I can in what I'd say about 9 minutes of game. So here, this is basically a multiplayer gameplay. I'm playing with my friend Hutch right here. Many of you guys should know who he is through Machinima by now. And we're working together, we're having fun, having laughs, and that's all this game is about, is teamwork. You can technically physically go ahead and play solo, but unless you're rocking a team, it's not the kind of game that you want to play. I can go solo and still have fun and be successful in Call of Duty. This isn't really the game that you should be going solo in. Just in complete honesty, I'm not saying you can't or that you can't be good at doing it. I'm just saying it's probably not the best, because this game is built around teamwork. Entirely around teamwork. There are basically 4 classes. I'm going to get into them real quick and explain to you what they are. First one, you've got the soldier. Second, the medic, engineer, and operative. 4 major classes. Many other games like Killzone 3 had those, like the Infiltrator, so on and so forth. Each one has really good, advantages, disadvantages, and some of them are more beneficial to certain people, and some, fit the playstyle of others. Now, the great thing I do love about them is you could still customize things. The one great advantage that I love about this game is not only the graphics and the detail they put into this game, and the movement and the parkour, all the kind of cool shit they put in there, but the thing that I really enjoy about the game is the customization. Basically, you can customize your guy, you can put face paint, lipstick, you can do whatever the hell you want to your guys. Scars, tattoos, nipple rings, you can do whatever you want to these guys. You can pimp out your guns, add attachments, and everything like that. So you guys can still continue to use the weapons that you want and still pick each 4 individual classes. So we're going to cut into this real quick. You've got the soldier. Basically, he's the typical run and gun, the average, medium kind of guy. He's what you'd expect. It's the class that I prefer. I'm capable of tossing out ammo packs and giving them that kind of thing. I'm useful in objective game types where certain doors need breached or so on and so forth, and I'm in control of the explosive charges necessary to take down certain primary objectives. And so not only is that a good feature, you've got the extra ammo, and I can throw Molotov cocktails and tons of different aspects that this guy is good for. Then you've got the medic. You got it right there. He heals you. It's easy. You can revive friendlies. Many of you guys, if you've played the Call of Duty, you guys are familiar with Last Stand, aka Second Chance. Imagine that. It's also along the lines of Killzone. It's basically you get put in a second chance. You can't shoot or injure anybody, but you wait there for a medic to come revive you. Now, with that aspect, if you die, you go back to your spawn. If a medic can get to you and revive you in time, actually you got to revive yourself. He tosses you some syringes and Skittles, and you guys just got to take care of yourselves so he can still stay mobile. But at the same time, he's supposed to keep you guys alive, to keep you at the front lines, and that's a great responsibility for a medic. A few of those, I'd say about 4 a team is pretty decent, 3 maybe. But it's a really good thing, and a lot of the primary objectives are basically protecting a VIP, a person that you have to escort that's injured. And the medic really comes in handy of reviving him, because he can get down like that, and he moves grandpa slow. He drags ass the whole game. So medics are a really resourceful class to be. If you can master it, it's great. I believe you can even revive yourself when the time comes down to it. There are tons of skills and things that you can learn throughout each of the classes, so get in there and try to check them out. You got the basics in between the engineer. Basically, he fixes anything. He's the one that'll repair, objectives like there's like cranes and vehicles and stuff like that. But they're really good for defense as well. You can disarm things. You could even toss down mines and turrets and stuff. So he's really good for defense and protecting the line if you guys are on defense. Then you've got the operative. You know what I mean. And they're the kind of stealth character. They're not basically like ninjas. They're just, imagine the soldier, if you will, except for they've got the little sneakiness behind the operative. And basically what they do is they can hack, which is a great feature for them. It is somewhat common, I believe, for the primary objective. So they can go ahead and they can hack into the objectives, which will help your team out, obviously, win the objective. So they're kind of a must, as well as they can disguise themselves like dead enemies, which is always a great thing. And if they gang up, they can also not repair, but hack other things together. So tons of them get together. So it's a really well-based game. Like you could tell, is you can play the game, but the issue being is unless you've got somebody you can communicate. Imagine having a full team of just soldiers or medics or something like that. You need a bit of each. And that's what makes this game so useful. What makes it so interesting with the team-based layout is you all have to work together and communicate. You'll need medics. You'll need everything. I mean, you can't get through it alone. And if you're playing with your friends, playing co-op, it's fine. Now, one of the downfalls to this game, I can't say it's a downfall to the game because it's not actually a part of the game. I'm a big Call of Duty player, Medal of Honor, Battlefield, stuff like that, and I'm used to the regular TDM, the domination, capture the flag, King of the Hill, games along the lines of that. This game doesn't have that. If it did, it would totally rock my socks. It'd be an amazing game. I'm not saying it's not, but it's great. It's a perfect game for what it is. And it's basically, as you guys can tell, this is actually, I think, half of the objective. The first objective was to breach the door. This is the last part of the thing where we have to guide this turret. The engineer has to keep repairing it, and we have to guide it to somewhere. Then we got to find a briefcase and extract the briefcase. And this is basically, imagine kind of an objective-based co-op kind of thing. There's like 8 on 8, and it's hard to explain. It's not your typical TDM or anything like that. It's just an ongoing, change of events where there'll be loading screens, and sometimes you got to blow something. Oh, that came out bad. Yeah, sometimes you got to blow doors, and then sometimes you got to escort something, a vehicle, person, and that just kind of gets all of the classes involved, and that's what I think's amazing about it. It's not your typical, TDM or anything like that, your typical first-person shooter. You actually got to work together as a team. Yes, you can still kill, and that's part of getting them to respawn and keeping them down. A really good tip for you guys is when you down a guy, just like I did the guy right there, and the 2 guys right there in that pit, if you can, go over to them and knock them down. Go melee them, because if a medic comes along and revives them, you're going to be pretty weak and an easy target. And as you guys can tell, is I'm playing here with a buddy, and Hutch is really doing a good job. He started off as an engineer, helping all we can. We had 4 medics, guys, 4 medics, and they weren't doing a damn thing to revive anybody. Then all of a sudden, Hutch made the judgment call to go ahead and switch over to a medic. Ended up saving my ass. You guys will get to see many times he just slides over, and he's just a walking Band-Aid. He did an amazing job as being a medic, and it just takes one really good player to help the team out. But 2 or 3 just makes all that much more, resourceful when it comes down to winning a game. So if you guys are really looking to play with your friends and you want to get in and try a game out, this game is great. It's fun. And I used to be into like kill-death ratios and this and that. That's not what this game's about. This game is about winning and working things together. So, right here's the last part where I'm trying to escort this to the end. And I just want to know what you guys think. Have you guys tried the game? What you personally feel about it? Like I said, there's the classes, there's the guns, there's the customization. This game is amazing for what it is. It's not what we're used to, and that's why a lot of people dislike it. That's why they're against it. I'd say give it a try. You play with some friends, it's an amazing game. And it's just my personal thoughts on it. If you guys have anything you want to add to it, I can maybe make a part 2 of this later on. But in between the customization and all of the fun, the 4 random classes you guys can get together, you work together, you find a few buddies that can do this properly, this game's amazing. It might not be, great for solo or campaign or anything like that. I wouldn't suggest buying it for just that. But if you wanted to take the aspect in between working together as a team and trying to get teamwork and fun together, you could still casually play this and joke around while playing and occasionally be like, yo, I need some ammo, or yo, I need a revive. And it still turns out to be an amazing game. So it's not hectic, it's not stressful, it's fun. And that's something that I think this community really needs, and many people have been, away from. We're so used to, killing and winning and everything like that. This brings in a more fun, different kind of aspect that brings back gaming to its roots, and it's amazing, and it's basically a mesh of all kinds of different games. Now that this is wrapped up, guys, please do me a favor and like up the video. It really helps this review get out to other people. I want to thank you guys